Well, everybody's heard about the bird. The bird's a winner, well, a bird.
Grown men watch this shit?
A podcast about indie wrestling.
Bird is a winner, well, a bird. Well, a bird is a winner, well, a bird. The bird's a winner, well, a bird. Well, a bird is a winner, well, a bird.
Wow, here we are, Chris. We're at BOLA. What do you think about this?
Man, we're at BOLA. What? I mean, we're...
So surreal. He traveled across the world. I took a 2-hour flight. Sure, not as big a deal, but we're here. We're here for wrestling. We're here for Battle Los Angeles. We're grown men and we watch this shit.
We watch this shit. I'm so happy. We're in person. We're reunited, my friend. It's all happening.
It feels so good.
We're not separated by computers on the other ends of the world.
No, sir. No, sir. So we're going to keep this short and sweet, but this is the introduction for our show, live and in person from the Battle of Los Angeles.
What is that show, sir?
The Battle of Los Angeles, a.k.a. BOLA, baby.
No, our show.
Yeah. Grown men watch this shit. Thanks for tuning in.
Welcome, guys. Stay tuned for part 2. We have some exciting stuff coming up.
Yes, indeed. Love ya. Woo!
All right, guys. So this is the day of night 2. We did record a really awesome bit at the end of night 1.
Some of our best work, to be honest.
Yeah, such lost magic. There were stories of porn stars and
Quite eventful. But unfortunately, my cohort here, in his maybe drug-induced haze, marijuana mind you, neglected to press record to begin this awesome recording. And we talked for at least a good 2.5 minutes. Jon got in there. It was great. And the vibe in the room was still amazing. Lost. All lost.
lost forever, because I did actually push record, but I don't think I had the microphone plugged in. So I have just a silent recording.
That's amazing. All right, well, this is take 2 of last night's on night 2. So, what would you guys say was the vibe of the evening? Let's not necessarily talk about first matches, but how do you feel about the show in general?
Yeah, just being there was very cool. PWG has just like a special atmosphere. We had some really good chats with different fans who were like real mainstays of the PWG sort of fan community, I guess. And sort of they were telling us about the things that are important, you know, values for the PWG fans, how to act, how not to act, the way that they'll you know, shut down your piece of shit people. That,
we police ourselves in PWG.
Yeah. Exactly. So yeah, it's very cool, and you can see all of that actual, you know, he's thinking about fan group values and such. You can see it in the fans and just the vibe of the night. And that was the biggest thing, the feeling to me of like, this feels like a PWG show, even though it wasn't in our holy land of Reseda.
Yes, it was my first trip to the globe, and I'd say I was apprehensive of loving it, but I do. There's a bar right next door, just makes it easier to have a good time. What are your feelings, Mr. Craft?
You know, I don't want to sound like an old man here. I did like it, but I had to be open-minded. I think we all feel that it was quite a pleasure to have experienced Reseda while it lasted.
Yes.
And there is really just some magic
Cheers
in the
to
air of that
Reseda.
place. Cheers to Reseda. But guys, as somebody described it to me yesterday, the Globe has an opportunity to make their own magic. It is clearly a beautiful venue. It's great.
It's very nice.
It does. My only thoughts on the matter, and I had questions going in, and I guess I still do. I want to see how the weekend goes. Is it is a larger venue, so it's accommodating more fans that may not be aware of the culture, the community, and you're seeing a lot of the regulars that have always been there wanting to make sure that it gets built the right way. So I do trust that it's in good hands, and I'm trying to be very open-minded. I loved it so far, and we'll see how the rest of the weekend goes.
Yeah, I almost felt like guilty for liking it. Like I walked in, I just felt dirty.
It's like actually liking your stepdad when he comes to date your mom. He's like pretty cool, I guess. I mean, he does buy me these cool toys.
Yeah.
All right. One thing I did see is resident PWG photographer Mikey Nolan said he's having a little bit of difficulty actually getting shots in the new venue, but he's starting to like learn like where the good shots are and how to set it up. Because, you know, if you've seen the shots from the DVD cases that Mikey's done, his work is tremendous. So I'm
Yeah.
sure he's just trying to maintain that same level of quality.
Yeah, it was funny, like seeing the different people. Another person I really popped to see was the bartender from
Oh, yeah.
Reseda.
Yes,
We
we actually spoke about her before the show, which was hilarious. I said I was
Yeah.
gonna miss going to Reseda to see her. Yeah, man, that was amazing, and she might try to make it back for the next 2 nights.
Yeah, she seems so nice. Like, we all got hugs. It was like, yeah, I love those type of people.
And for anybody listening, the good news is she does still get in for free.
Yeah,
So if she wanted to check out the show, she is an invited guest.
it was great to see you, Lorena. Very great to see you. I know you're not gonna listen to this, but we can say we're putting that energy out in the world.
Yeah, shout out.
If
Shout
anybody has her Twitter, just tweet back at us what that is, and we will send this to her.
All right. Well, before I guess the next thing to talk about is I'm not gonna do a full show rundown, but let's maybe recap our favorite matches and maybe our least
Yeah,
favorite.
'cause
Not
that
necessarily
was-
burials, but you know.
I mean, that was the thing we did last night on this lost show to the sands
Yes.
of incompetence and being really, really high.
Are we
We've
also
actually had more time to digest, so maybe
Yeah.
our answers will be more sound.
Have a little bit more
clear,
clarity.
less of a tangent?
Yeah, I mean, just so you know, from my experience of last night, John had a really good explanation of it when he spoke to Ben earlier today. Hi, Ben, if you're listening. Of basically what let's just talk on from like when I walked in and was just really quiet and weird.
Yeah, so we did have a great time pre-gaming, enjoying. You know, California has some wonderful, wonderful recreational agriculture out here, and we did have a good time checking that out. We met a few friends. Everybody kind of shared what we had, and once again, bringing it back to that community feeling. Well, by the beginning of the night, everybody got in their seats, and then we all started to mosey around and go, you know, out to the outside deck and go to the bar and meet the wrestlers, and we all got our trading card sets, and I wanted to get signatures there. And I go up and see my buddy Bandito, as we've talked about on numerous podcasts. He's my MVP, and I always want to put him over.
Great guy.
Great guy. So because of my time in TJ, he has now become an acquaintance. We know each other, we recognize each other, and we have an open line of communication there. So I go over to say hi to him and get his signature, and you know, we're just kind of talking about things. And I told him I really appreciated a good message he left on my T-shirt, which was you know, from my amigo Jon Bandito that I got signed in Tijuana. And so I mentioned the podcast and what we were doing, and that I was there with my friends, and that I appreciated the nice message. And he said, "Oh, where are your friends?" And I go to point out to Chris and Jeremy, and they were both sitting there catatonically, just staring. I had wanted them to come meet Bandito for purposes of this podcast, and they said they were not leaving their chairs. They did not want to have this conversation.
I think I tried to wander over there for that, but it took me about 20 minutes.
Yeah,
That's true. I watched that happen.
Missed opportunity. But Bandito said, "Hey, where are your friends at?" And then he goes, "We are friends, guys. We are friends." Like maybe they didn't believe me. So shout out to Bandito for reinforcing my credibility and actually making it false credibility to perhaps true credibility.
Yeah.
We'd love to have him on sometime. We're still working on that. But yeah, so I was telling Ben today, they did not want to get out of their seats. And
I think it's just a great visual of the grown men watch this shit. We're just like sitting down next to one another, the hosts, just baked.
Waiting for the show to begin, just enjoying the ambiance, but also maybe running around in our own heads a little bit.
Chris was very, very quiet.
And I'm not normally a quiet guy, so I mean, I didn't have a single drink that day because let's say I was a tad hungover from the prior night, just a smidge.
And under arrested.
Yeah.
Under arrest. 4
Yeah.
hours.
Yeah, it was a little bit of sleep. Definitely brought me back to New Orleans and that thing. Let's hope I'm not quite as sick when I'm leaving.
5 more
LA.
days of it.
But yeah, so nonetheless, I thought that was quite good, and no drinks at all. And yeah, I was in that stage purely from the recreational things that we got to buy legally on this trip. I was very happy about that.
Yes.
Chris actually bought a ginger beer at lunch yesterday. While
Delicious.
I had water and Mr. Jeremy Tate had beer.
Mm-hmm.
And
John, do you recall the brand name
Cock and Bull.
of this? Yeah,
Cock and bull.
yeah.
Say that
Ladies
3
and
times
gentlemen,
fast.
Cock and Bull, delicious. I
Shout
enjoyed
out.
it. Shout out from John.
Free plugs.
Please enjoy this paid sponsorship.
Yeah.
Please send us some Cock and Bull in the mail.
All right. Well, let's. Since we did just talk about Bandito, that's actually I want to talk about his match with T-Hawk.
Is that your favorite?
I wouldn't say it's my favorite, but I think it's one of the stronger showings of a guy who initially it appeared maybe the fans weren't fully accepting of T-Hawk by the end of the match.
Worthy of shout out for sure.
Yes, indeed. It was like just great pacing. T-Hawk is just one of those. He was just using a lot of chops to show his dominance and strength, and some of this on a night filled with amazing chops. Some of the stiffest chops.
A darn fine chopper. I mean,
yes.
I believe he was the winner of multiple of the Dragon Gate King of Chop tournaments.
So that's sound. That makes sense.
BOLA 2018, the year of the chop.
Yeah, but yeah, T-Hawk in that match, I that's a special place in my heart. But I think a lot of us are going to probably lean toward the match of the night being the main event with the Ring Conf versus Ilya and Shingo.
Yeah, I mean, non-official tournament match, but holy shit. I mean, you look at that on paper, and I was like really excited on paper because like those are the type of just hard-hitting brutes that I generally enjoy watching. And sometimes those matches, like, they don't quite work out because they're like too big in your mind kind of deal, but this delivered and then some. For sure.
Another match I think was tremendous was David Starr and Joey Janela. David Starr is a great heel. He's fucking obnoxious. He milked the crowd for all the shit they were flipping at him during the match. And Joey Janela is just loved universally by everyone on the indie community, as far as I could tell.
So
and he
great.
was over
But
like
it's
Rover.
fun to hate him.
Wrestler of the Year, Joey Janela,
Joey
in my
Janela.
opinion. But I
Yeah.
mean, I wanted to make special mention of David Starr, of getting to be there live for the extended David Starr ring intro. And the local announcer, the classic PWG announcer that's there every time.
He was generic ring announcer number 5, I believe.
Yeah, that was Excalibur's official introduction to him as his name. So yeah, generic ring announcer number 5. He did have a bit of a fuck up late in the show. Oh dear.
Yeah,
I thought he was reading it straight off of David Starr's T-shirt because he was right behind him and it's on the back of his shirt.
That was the part that was the very cool moment for me, of just being able to go down, read them one at a time and know what's coming next.
But then at the end of the night, Christian announced Walter as the Ring of Honor champion for a brief moment, then corrected himself, and the crowd
got a bit of a boo.
The crowd did not.
They ate him alive.
They did not leave him alone about it, and he quickly got out of there.
Yeah, I looked
With
over
haste.
at him on the side, and he looked a little embarrassed.
And he did like such a fast goodbye
at
the end of the night. Like it was basically, thank you ladies and gentlemen, drive safe and good night.
Yeah. And then Excalibur jumps back on the mic and say, hey everyone, thanks for coming out. See you tomorrow. A real goodbye.
Yeah.
Knowing people are coming back.
Yeah, obviously deciding that generic ring announcer number 5's goodbye wasn't worthy enough.
His name is actually Christian, so let's know that this guy Christian fucked up. Boo.
Boo.
All right, one thing before we get out of here is something that, as a former guest of our show, I think we should talk about the PCO and Brody King match, which was, for all accounts, a
shit show?
I wouldn't go that far, but a fucking smash mouth, just guys throwing themselves at each other. And when you're an old man, shit's gonna happen.
I loved it. To me, it was like just the perfect car wreck. Like
Yes.
just a
Best
train
description.
wreck of mayhem was this match. And like some of the stuff wasn't the cleanest, some stuff may not have gone as one would have hoped. However, I thought those moments like contributed towards being part of this crazy experience.
So this was one of my favorite matches just because it's my style. It's very hard hitting, and the botches, like for example, PCO gets up on a turnbuckle, and
Was he going for the moonsault?
he's going to go for the moonsault.
Well, first of all, he hit the senton,
The
so
senton
the
on the ring apron.
the old cannonball back from mid-90s WWF, but on the ring apron. And just that's a big dense man coming on you.
And that's not a very large area to land on.
It's the most unforgiving part of the ring.
At a very, very tough angle. And so he goes to do it, and so it's this increased element of danger to even try to do this move. It's almost physically impossible, never mind his age.
But we know that PCO is not human.
And he says, fuck that, and he goes for it, and he totally hurts it. I don't even want to call it a botch, because I'm surprised he didn't hurt himself.
He ends up tangled on the ropes.
Well, I mean, the
Lands on
first
ring
time,
ropes.
like, the senton went great.
Yeah,
Like, it was awesome.
But he
And
decided to
then
one-up himself.
He went up again, and you're like, what? No, the first thing was fine. You don't need to do any more of this. The whole crowd's like, no.
But PCO wasn't quite done yet. Then, after they got up, they went for another moonsault, and then another one, which As for my vantage point, he almost didn't make a full rotation. Chris assured me he did. He didn't land on his head.
It was scary. So yeah, 3 in total. First we got the senton.
Yeah.
Then we got the attempted. I'm not sure what it was meant to be, but it was very scary, and PCO nearly died. But as we know, PCO can't die. So
Yes. Oh wait, yeah. I apologize. He did go for a 4th, and that's when Brody King cut him off. That's right.
Yeah, and then he hit the moonsault, which was like again, normally PCO has the finest moonsault in all of wrestling.
It is pretty beautiful.
This one, I think, maybe a little bit loopy from the thing on the outside, but yeah, the rotation over was a bit more like Muda, but like scary Muda. So he looks like he almost hit his head, but yeah, it was close.
Our boy PCO was really, really glad to be there. I talked to him beforehand with the trading card thing that I was running around with, and just told him I hope he had a good time tonight. Was really excited to see what he'd done this year, and he was just beaming. He was just really, really glad to be there, and he said, no matter what happens, everybody's going to have fun during my match tonight, and I think everybody did.
Yeah. There's been a show of shout-outs, but I also want to give another shout-out to, John mentioned the trading card gimmick. It was put together by our buddy Brian the Brain, so thank you. He's done it in the last couple of years. So well, even that the All-In guys took his gimmick and did it as well, but hey, more tangible merchandise for wrestling.
Rising tides raise all ships.
Yeah.
And then...
I mean, I even participated in that. I didn't get the cards last year, which I regretted.
Mm-hmm.
But I got them this year, and they're really well done. You got like the All-Star card, and yeah, it's fun.
What was your All-Star card, Chris?
I got the awesome Mike Bailey.
Yes. Mm-hmm. I am trying to get... There was 4 total of special inserts. You could get Super Smash Brothers, the aforementioned Mike Bailey, Human Tornado, the one I got, a personal fave.
I was hoping for Human Tornado.
And the actual Legion itself, the Legion Hall in Reseda.
What'll that go for?
Amazing
That would have been
card.
the one to get, yeah.
Brilliant. Before we move on and actually close the show out, I wanted to talk about the last match we were speaking to is another move that was pretty gnarly, and somebody who's probably hurting this morning is one Brody King. He went to do a somersault tope over the top rope and... landed directly on his ass and tailbone.
Yeah, we were like, his fucking ow.
Yeah,
There's
no way
that could have gone a little better.
Oh, yeah, PCO, unfortunately, not with the greatest catch on this one, but...
I mean, if I was catching that dive from Brody King...
Yeah, you'd want to jump out of the way.
I feel like Brody took a lot of lumps due to PCO's excitement and maybe not being in the right place at the right time.
But I
think that was all by design, personally.
The other thing that really... A lot of people know this because they're fans of Brody. He likes to do a snap fucking pile driver as his finish.
Oh,
and
shit.
Already on his tailbone, then he picks up this very large man, PCO, and does a snap pile driver. I can only imagine how his ass feels today. So, rest well, Brody King. Hope your ass is okay.
I hope your ass is okay, Brody. But I mean, that was so good. There was a bit where PCO went to give him a powerbomb, and it ended up one of those really high stack, like Tenru kind of like fucking
almost like a
jet
Ganso
powerbomb.
bomb.
Yeah, that was fucking gnarly.
Guys, before we cut this off, we did touch on this last night, and I really feel like we need to bring this up today.
Please, anything we left about that show, I definitely want to try to get included.
Well, we all knew our mindset last night. We definitely were ready to be entertained, and there was some comedy. First time ever for me seeing Puma King, as well as a lot of people.
Puma King.
Right. We almost
MVP.
cut this off and
Holy
forgot
shit.
to talk about our favorite thing last night. So I had never seen Puma King, so I'll give it from my perspective as somebody that just was not really even aware of his work at all.
And I mean, we did a pretty cool rundown of Puma King when we were initially doing sort of the
Preview show.
Yeah, the preview show when we were looking at those first round matches.
Yeah.
And Puma King being a guy originally from CMLL who had been in those first, second, third match area for like the entirety of his career, a son of the awesome Felino as well.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, he had been around and just sort of doing that, and then he made a big thing like to actually leave CMLL, which is like the greatest place that you can wrestle for Lucha Libre, to try to make his name on the independents. So similar to a guy like Cody Rhodes and what happened there. But yeah, so big risk, and he's been popping up in different places, but this was kind of his time to really make his name to the indie wrestling community, to try to
please come back chant.
Oh
What
yeah,
was
it worked out so
Your
great.
first visual thoughts when you saw Puma King walk out, John?
I did not know what to expect. He seemed like a character that might be on Lucha Underground as some
Great gear.
Right, great gear, incredible face paint, like on par with Cirque du Soleil, for example. I mean, incredible, intricate face paint. But what I liked is I was so entertained because this is a cat in the ring. A lot of people you'll see get bored and prop themselves up on the ropes while somebody has a long intro. He was kind of tangling and playing on the ropes like a cat in a tree.
Like a playful cat.
Like a playful cat. It was
Bouncing
great.
around all nimbly pimbly like.
The crowd, and it might have been some of yours truly here. The crowd, as there was a hush before a chop, would occasionally meow out.
Yeah, we're a big fan of those meows.
Yes.
Meow.
The best thing about Puma King is he is a great worker and a great character.
Yeah.
I kind of coined. I feel like he's almost like a comedy Pentagon in the way that
I thought that was great.
Full force of the character. Well, not even just that. Not that the look is similar as far as
just I think
Lucha Mask with face paint, but also
a similar charisma, like the way that he takes those moments that other guys don't necessarily make the most of those moments, and you know how Pentagon's like that. Asado.
Yeah,
miedo.
Or the strut when after he done something cool, he'd like strut around like a cat from the actual play Cats.
Yeah,
so great. I mean, I think that's something that he's turned up because having watched Puma King for a long time in CMLL, he didn't really do that kind of stuff that much. Like he'd more just focus on the wrestling, and I guess there's certain stuff that when you're on a big show like that, you just feel your role. But now it's his time where he really has to, could try out different stuff or whatever. And I think that was the whole key to this. Like, that was people's appeal. Like, obviously, his actual wrestling is great. We all knew that. But, that side was so entertaining.
And I think one of the best things about his whole, presentation is he comes out to Def Leppard. You Give Love a Bad Name, and is lip syncing and playing around and doing like a Cupid arrow thing to the people that are in the audience when they say bad name. Shoots.
He almost won the crowd over purely from that entrance.
Yeah, as soon as the entrance was over, like people were literally clapping. The guy had done nothing.
Yeah, I think I turned to Jeremy and said, "Can we just continue to listen to him lip sync karaoke Def Leppard for more?"
Great.
I heard some observations from just people around me in the seats, and I feel that a lot of people are looking forward to the possibility of Bandito versus Flamita, as Flamita was facing Puma King. Mm-hmm. And by the end of the match, I believe that a lot of people wanted to see more of Puma King, even at the expense of Flamita. Which
and Flamita's a guy that's been around PWG for
he's got fans,
a long time. He's like one of the most established luchadors of the company.
Yeah.
My buddy Josh himself, Hollywood, Josh Kasparek, he tweeted out that the booking of Puma King to lose to Flamita was the worst booking in PWG BOLA history.
Whoa!
He was of course being
Puma
hyperbolic.
King was over.
Yeah, I totally. Yeah, you went from not even knowing a guy to thinking, wanting him to actually win. Which I mean, that'd be a big ask of the booking committee or whatever.
On the fly, change the booking.
Yeah, send a message out to the ring. Tell the referee.
No, we're already telling a story here. We're not worried about you guys right now.
Guys, before we get off here, I think we need to talk about some preparation that we made for tonight.
Oh shit, yeah.
As you know, whenever I try to get on, I do a little culture piece about what else we did on this wrestling trip. So I'll make this story brief here. Chris and I and my fiance, we all went to Golden Dragon in Chinatown for some dim sum. Had some great dim sum.
It was a delicious dim sum
had a
dinner.
wide variety. Brunch even.
Yeah.
Had a wide selection of different appetizers and entrees and really picked through it.
Yeah.
And
Shout
then
out for our official sponsorship plug number 2 today.
Golden Dragon, send me some shumai. We'll take that with the cock and bull ginger beer.
Yeah.
And so after that, we walked through this market and just think, just a big Chinese market with a little bit of everything, and it kept going back further into the building. You never knew it would end. And the first thing that we saw...
It was like the IKEA of Asian markets to me.
Yeah, there's so much, but there wasn't like a defined path with arrows on the ground. It was kind of a shit show in there. But shout out to a lady that we did a lot of business with. There was a great lady who made us a deal.
I wish we knew her name.
I wish we knew her name. We exchanged pleasantries multiple times throughout the day before we left. We all got
middle-aged. That's a Asian woman.
That's right. Yeah. We all got fanny packs.
We all got fanny packs.
Yeah.
Bum
Including-
bags.
What else
Yeah,
are you
bum
going to do
bags.
on a weekend such as this?
Yeah.
You know, I feel pretty good. I've got my bum bag here. Bum bag. Oh, I just
Drop the
almost-
beer on the microphone.
Yeah, dropped a Pabst onto the microphone.
Shout out.
But I mean, that's part of this. So we're sitting here with our fanny packs. We're drinking PBRs.
It's quite a weekend. While they were out here getting me a wonderful gift of a fanny pack, I actually spent a good hour and a half doing something I've been trying to do for the last couple of years, is get myself tattooed while in LA. Followed through and got my Pro Wrestling Gorilla while at Pro Wrestling Gorilla. Yeah, I got a pun tattoo. Suck on it. It's a gorilla with a luchador mask, so it's, a Pro Wrestling Gorilla while we're at Pro Wrestling Gorilla. If you guys aren't fans of Pro Wrestling Gorilla, you don't know maybe that it's actually gorilla like guerrilla warfare, so it may not sound like a pun to you immediately. I must explain. So I want to give a shout out to Manny Daggers at Genuine Electric Tattoo.
Shout out.
For the amazing work he did. It's been a long time coming. I've been talking about this so much so that Ryan Satin was ripping me pretty hard that he didn't think I was actually going to follow through even this time. So suck it, Ryan. Tonight is night 2. Are you guys prepared for this? Do you think we're going to be able to stay alert and awake the entire time?
Yeah,
It's a
because I
big
had a
one.
bottle of water for every beer I had, thanks to Excalibur's.
Thank you,
inspiring
Excalibur. Again, the greatest part of the closed night of his far improved closed night promo, as opposed to generic referee number 5. No, ring
You
announcer.
spoke
Ring announcer.
wisely though, because 3 days can be intense if you treat it like a binge bar night every night.
Yeah, because Excalibur basically in his goodbye was, telling people to maybe be a little bit not cautious, but
Pace yourself.
Yeah, pace yourself when it comes to your drinking, which I think is a great message.
I think he
was
reiterated
bribed by
that both at the preamble as well as the night close. So it's actually probably an important message to him. They need people up on the third night. This is not a sprint. This is a marathon. We're in it for the long haul.
The
Sunday
best
will be
part
a
of
long
that, the best part of that was when he said to people to, take a glass of water for every alternating one between beer, and at which point all of these pieces of shit booed him. They booed Excalibur for
For
trying to
great
get
life advice.
people to be good about their health.
But what
Water's
did
a
he
good
say
thing.
to those people?
The
Chris?
best comeback was he let everyone know, clearly, you're under the age of 30. He said, listen up, dummies.
When you hit 30, your hangovers get a lot worse.
And
he
we
is
I think I
fucking
looked
telling
at
the truth.
I looked at John in that
You're
moment
here.
and was like, yep. In
I
all
was
ways,
standing
yep.
with 2 examples during the show.
It gets tough, guys. Please,
Yeah.
again, if you're going to drink a whole hell of a lot, at least drink a whole hell of a lot of water.
And get your sleep.
Yeah.
yeah.
We learned from WrestleMania weekend it's hard to do multiple days of 4 hours of sleep.
Oh, yeah. The one I did chuck in as soon as people were booing the water, a competing H2O chant. I thought that was rather well received in that little section.
I agree.
So shout out to our sponsor Adderall for helping us get through this whole thing.
All right, well...
And shout out to, I also want to give out a shout out to sponsor of the show, H2O.
H2O.
Yeah.
He
Brought
did
to you by
keep
the
Chris
building block of
alive
life.
during the day yesterday.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to close up shop here, get prepared, maybe eat some food for myself, do a little bit more drinking, getting
Yep.
prepared for
We look
night
forward
2.
to Courtney arriving soon.
Courtney's going to be here. We're going to
She's-
go get in line. It's also going to be Whitney and Courtney's first PWG shows, so we're going to break them in right. And we're going to go see our buddy Zach that we met last night. It's his first BOLA as well, so shout out Zach if you're listening.
Yes,
Thanks
sir.
for your hospitality last night, and we'll see you in line today.
And I think it might be interesting if the ladies want to take an opportunity to actually get on the show.
Yeah, we're gonna make
get their comments.
Fresh
Courtney
cake.
has constantly, buried us for our podcast, and maybe given her an opportunity to embarrass herself, and then we can bury her in kind.
Yeah. Wait.
I gotta go and get my food, Chris. Go ahead and close up shop. I'll talk to you guys later.
Yeah. He'll probably be back. I have some rambling to do, as we come to expect on this fine program. We're basically also getting ready and suited up to head out for night 2. So, I mean, there's a lot of excitement going into it, just based on the standard that was set.
Tim Thatcher versus Walter.
Yeah, I mean, that main event last night built to 2 of the biggest matches. I'm so excited for both of them. Timothy Thatcher against Walter. Ring Kampf explodes. is basically the theme. They teased it last night, ended with a nice classy handshake. But yeah, I'm really excited for that. Just those guys' style, and it's going to be smash mouth and awesome grappling, and it's going to be awesome. And then the other one being Ilya Dragunov against fucking Shingo Takagi. As soon as I saw this announced, I was like, holy shit. And the teasers for it that they did last night in that main event were like, fucking, everyone was amazing. And they did like that sort of Japanese thing where like one tag partner runs over and hits the other guy when he's not the illegal man, and then when the other one's in, he'll go and hit the other dude off the apron when he's not the illegal man. They just built it up and teased it really, really well. And Dragunov is like so intense. I know that John is a big fan of Ilya Dragunov.
I was so excited to see him. And he was excited to perform too. He knew a lot of people knew who he was, but never got a chance to see him.
Yeah, and he like knew that he had to sort of prove something on this weekend, because a lot of guys first time getting to see him in person after maybe seeing some of his stuff in WXW on High Spots that you can check out yourself. I highly recommend it. We were just talking about our High Spots subscription just before. But Ilya Dragunov and Walter obviously have had a fantastic feud in WXW and had some amazing matches. I think a lot of people called them like European Match of the Year level type of shit. I don't know if that may be something that we could be potentially getting to see in one of the early finals matches if both of them go ahead. That'd be pretty rad.
Any predictions for the final three without knowing how the brackets come out?
All right, so there was a lot of discussion at the beer house next door on the afternoon on who our favourites were. There was even a pool. I thought that was really fun.
This is so good. Sorry. I got my food. It's delicious.
What are you eating? Please describe it, Jeremy.
It's like pork belly on French fries with cheese. It's fucking great.
It looks great.
Fuck. You got like some, is that coriander on there as well?
It appears so, sir.
Oh no, what do you guys call it? Cilantro?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
Listen, not Thai basil. It's so sweet. My prediction.
Shout out to our latest sponsor of the show, South City
Chicken.
City.
Yeah, South City Chicken. Good stuff.
But yeah, everyone is talking about, they believe it's the year of the American hero, Trevor Lee.
Mm-hmm.
What's your prediction of what the final three will look like?
Trevor.
I second that. Trevor has to be there.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be the perfect story. I mean, it last a whole bunch of PWG shows that I've watched. I'm up to night 2. No. Keith's last show is currently where I'm up to, given the delayed basis with which these shows are released. But yeah, everyone's Trevor Lee's been getting on the mic and saying about how fuck this place, and I'm going to be on the last show in Reseda for the PWG World Title. And I've heard things to where the next show after BOLA is back at Reseda, and potentially the last show ever in Reseda, which again, I have to wipe away a tear. That makes me so fucking sad. But at the same time, things have to move on. Everyone agreed it's a really, really nice place that we're at now. We didn't need to sweat our balls off like we did in the past. And I mean, one thing that I did like better was the fact that we could leave during intermission.
Yeah.
We can go out into that car park. You can go into a nice alleyway. You can enjoy some marijuana. Yeah.
You weren't required to stay within the building, but there is one benefit. They have like this little alleyway.
It's like a dog run.
Yeah, basically like a dog run with some fake grass on it where everyone goes. And it's essentially a green room due to the incredible cloud of hazy pot smoke.
Shout out
beautiful.
to Marco Stunt hanging out there watching some BOLA before his matches tonight.
Yeah, shout out to Marcos. He's a guy that I'm so happy is in this tournament because we were talking about Marcos from our review of the Lost in New York. And he just got over so crazily good on that show, Joey Janela's show, and everyone was just like, this is fantastic. And then he gets on All In, is in the Battle Royal, and did awesome there. And then now, thanks to a cancellation because of the injury of Chris Brooks, he's in BOLA. So, I mean, what a great recurring thread through the show. He's
capitalizing on his opportunities. Each booking has kind of come on a whim because of what he just did. So he's doing something right.
Current indie darling.
Yeah. I saw a tweet from Joey just before that was really, really cool, where he just said about how much it meant to him and how special it was that two guys that he maybe has had a large part in boosting them up. One being Marco Stunt, the other being PCO, friend of the show, PCO. We may have a little chat with him later. We'll see how we go. But
Your pick for the final three?
well, just finishing up on that point, the other one that Joey gave shout out to was about PCO and his awesome match that he had at this last Joey Janela's spring break that Jeremy and I were both there for in person.
Incredible match.
And yeah, I mean, we spoke to PCO. If you haven't checked it out already, check it out. Definitely a really fun chat was had there.
So a little back to what John was talking about. I think another aforementioned person, Joey Janela, is a strong possibility to be one of the gentlemen in the three-way.
I can see it. I think he's like the hottest indie talent like going right now in the year 2018.
And Shima did go over last night, right?
Yeah. Sema over Jody Flash. That was
Yeah.
a really fun match, a lot of comedy stuff. And Jody looks like he did some shit that was just as good as like our memories of Jody Flash from 2003 ROH.
Jumping off a wall.
Yeah, he did a sweet run up off the wall. It was really fun.
But I honestly, I think it could be a really interesting thing if it ends up with Sema in the finals with Joey and Trevor, if that's a possibility. I don't know, not knowing how the brackets shake out.
Sure.
I mean, to me, I think
Blind
Walter's got to be there. I mean,
Yeah.
Walter is the PWG champion. And he's just been on a tear lately. So I could see Walter getting there. I think, we definitely have to have Trevor there. Because, I mean, to me, Trevor is the heart of this thing. And Trevor has to win. I don't care if it's like, so expected. A lot of people are like, oh, wouldn't that be the obvious thing? But sometimes the obvious thing's the right thing.
Yeah, if you naturally see where the story's going and it actually goes that way, that's because it's good storytelling.
Yeah, that's good booking. Fuck you, Vince Russo.
Shout out to Vince Russo.
Official sponsor of the show. Addendum, show promotions may sometimes involve burying you.
Yes, indeed.
So if you would like to potentially be buried, please send us a message, send us a DM on at GrownMenPod, and we look forward to you sponsoring the show, and we'll probably actually say nice things about you, so
Indeed.
please.
All right, well, that's basically the summation of maybe of some of our thoughts. We will definitely do this again, hopefully later tonight or early tomorrow. Get some thoughts from the ladies.
Yeah.
All right.
Ladies.
So we do this because I stole it from a show, and this is how we close off.
I just wanted to say
Chris has got more to talk about.
Yeah.
What a surprise.
Courtney, you're going to listen to this, and you're going to be really...
Really shocked that Chris wasn't done.
Yeah, we got to just drag it out a little bit more. But yeah, to me, I just wanted to do this little bit so we can sort of like get our thoughts, our feelings from night one and sort of just the lofty place that we're all at right now going into night two. Night two is normally the highest energy night of the three because by night three, a lot of people haven't taken Excalibur's fucking advice. And they are feeling rather sorry for themselves, but people are still pretty up tonight. We've got some amazing shit going on that card. I'm very excited for a bunch of the matches. Another friend of the show, Jonah. I'm so excited for Jonah. That's going to be an awesome match, I know. And we'll see if we can maybe have a little hello on the show from Jonah. We'll see how we go with that one.
I like it.
Yeah. But yeah, I just wanted to sort of capture the vibes of right now and our thoughts going into night two. We'll check back in with you, and I think this is a fun little thing of us being able to make you listeners part of this live PWG experience, which is a special thing. I mean, we all met at the first BOLA. It's kind of the heart of the show.
Yes.
And now we're staying in an Airbnb together.
Yep.
Shout out Airbnb.
I saw John in his underwear earlier. It was weird.
Shout out that, everybody.
All right, ladies
All
and
our
gentlemen.
listeners, it was blue.
Thanks for being with us. Hope you have a great rest of your day. You'll listen to more of us a little bit later. And get swifty, everybody.
Thank you.
So, Jeremy Tate,
Yes.
Mr. Jaims Vanderbeek, and I are here following the PWG Battle of Los Angeles 2018.
Fucking amazing main event. We got Zachary Wentz and Desmond Xavier over here.
Zachary Wentz, ladies and gentlemen, followed by Jon Craft. What's up, John?
Killed it.
Killed it! Dude, that match, dope, so dope. We're like just lit right now. We're crazy, we're excited.
Still reeling, honestly. Hey, there's Jonah's in the ring. We gotta go say hi to Jonah.
Yeah, we're gonna have to say what's up to Jonah, we're gonna have to say what's up to Walter. All the friends of the show are gonna get shout outs right now.
Yes.
Last hour and a half of my life has been so intense.
Mr. Jon Craft on the microphones.
On the mic! Shit. Oh man, it's been great to see all the fans as well, like the people that we like, we know these people.
Our man
giving
Zach.
shout outs. Our man Jack.
Zach Monday in the house.
Zach,
6:30.
nicest guy in the world.
All right.
I wanted to say what's up.
What's up, everybody? Hello.
You're one of like the really nice guy, perfect like PWG fans, like Mr. Positivity.
I appreciate
like
it.
always, hey?
I try to spread the love. I appreciate that.
Oh, we love it, we love it.
Love you. Thank you so much.
All right, well, yeah, we're gonna make our way out of here soon. You'll probably hear more recordings from us. We might try to get an interview with Walter here if we can. He's really swamped. People love the guy.
I think so. I mean, Desmond Xavier. Yeah, what's up, man? Hello. We're recording like a live podcast right now.
Live podcast right
yeah,
now.
I mean, we want to document this magic, you know? And like, I think you, in the place of this main event, I'm like, this is the motherfucker that's going to be doing shit the next year, you know? Like, killing it, man.
I'm
You're
just
so
hanging
good.
out, man. I'm just hanging out. I'm trying to be a cool kid.
I mean, I'm interrupting like a signing right now.
Oh,
I feel
no.
kind of bad.
Don't worry, I can do this all.
Multitasking motherfucker right here. Shit.
Oh shit, I dropped it. I don't really cuss all the time, but fuck it.
Dude, like that match, holy shit, like people reacted to that like more than anything on the show. It was so great.
Amazing. Thank you. That means a lot. That really means a lot.
It's so good. I love these like non-tournament matches where guys are just coming at it to fucking kill it, and you killed it.
Appreciate it, brother. Thank you.
Dude, you
Thank
guys have been so awesome since like the debut at this venue.
Yeah.
You know, like the first show, Time is a Flat Circle, right?
Yeah.
So I watched that and I'm like, I don't know if PWG should be here, but I mean, your match, you and Zachary Wentz against Flamita and Bandito, holy shit. Everything about that match was everything, man. So you're doing great.
This place is amazing. It makes it feel like you're in a completely different atmosphere. Reseda has its feel, the globe, and it just makes you elevate whatever it is that you're doing, just like Reseda did. PWG's done a great job at finding another gym. So the globe, we're Bucks did for Reseda.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, this is amazing. I absolutely love being here. There's no other place that I'd rather be.
I'm so happy that dudes like you get to carry PWG into the future, brother. You're doing fucking great, bro.
I want to say something hi to my good buddy, my friend, Mr. Athletic.
Whoa!
Jaims Vanderbeek. He's a t-shirt designer, in case you haven't heard.
Shut up, Gary.
That's all they were talking
Say hi,
about.
Jeff.
Oh, this is a thing. Hello.
You're on my first podcast. You're on my second.
Woo!
All right, so you're gonna do 3 more matches and you won this thing, right?
We'll see.
All right.
I don't know how I'm wrestling tomorrow. I'll probably get a text message at 1 a.m.
Somebody's replacing you.
Oh, no, somebody's figuring out who I'm wrestling.
All right. Should we close this up?
No, let's keep it going forever.
No, we're done. We're done.
Good ways.
Goodbye, everybody.
We'll be back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have Walter here.
PWG, not ROH. PWG World Heavyweight Champion.
Yeah.
PWG World Heavyweight Champion. Welcome, my friend.
Oh, thank you very much.
We were so excited, all of us, about your performance tonight. Holy shit, it's been amazing.
Oh, thank you. Always trying to do my best for you, for you guys to have a good time.
Appreciate
You
it.
are a hero, sir.
Thank you, sir. We keep chopping the shit out of everybody, man. Break chests.
We wish you continued success in murdering people's chest.
I keep working out, promise. Thank you.
everything with you and Timothy right now?
Pardon?
How is everything with you and Timothy
Oh, they're bad. They're
Oh,
pissed.
it's all good. We're friends.
It's all good?
It's competition.
I love it. Ring come. Ring come.
Appreciate it.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Bandito, like, amigo.
Nice to meet you.
Jon Craft says very good things. You're a very good person. And you're wrestling. Holy shit. We love you.
Amazing.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you very much. Thank you for everything, for the support to my friend. To the He's
my friend to Tijuana.
Yeah.
And you guys know my new friends.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate your time on the show, sir.
Bandito, one question. This year, you are having the best year. New people that have never heard of you are loving you in one night. What do you say to the people that are about to watch your next match?
New luchador, top luchador of USA Indies. Right here.
What do you say to the new watcher?
To everything, people, I think I say only thank you very much. Thank you for support me. Thank you for always. Thank you for.
Thanks for your performance. Amazing. You make it easy. You make it very, very easy.
You won a lot of new fans tonight.
Thank you so much.
Bandito, we love you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, brother.
Thank you, my friend.
Thank you, brother.
As a quick little editor's note, at this point we approached Ilya Dragunov, who Courtney was having a fabulous little conversation with. She was, however, quite concerned about his head. There was a bit of a gash, so let's go right to that.
Hey, man.
Hey.
His head's good. I just asked.
Is your head okay?
Yeah, I just asked exactly the same thing. He looks dangerous. So it's fine. It doesn't even matter.
You're crazy.
Yeah, I am.
I think so.
He's like, damn right.
Yeah.
Damn right.
I
Crazy match.
first watch your Walter matches in WXW. Holy shit, you're a madman. And then seeing you in person, it's so cool. And it's so many other people seeing you in person here.
What do you think about the PWG environment?
Yeah.
What do you think about PWG, the vibe, the feel?
Was this a big thing for you? First time BOLA?
Because the people here are so euphoric.
Yeah.
It's I don't know. The Germans are a bit politer, a bit sensitive.
More reserved?
More reserved. Yeah, sure. But they're also but the guys here are
I thought that let loose.
cheering for stuff I never knew for.
Oh, yeah. Amazing. Well,
Different
appreciate it,
vibes.
man. See you.
Yeah, man.
See you tomorrow.
You did great. Great job, man.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
At this point, Jeremy, John, Courtney, and myself approached good friend of the show, Jonah Rock, who was more than happy to indulge us in a fine little chat. It was a great time. Let's go straight to it.
Hey, buddy.
How's it going?
I was last half was pretty good.
Holy shit, man. Are you okay to have a little back and forth on the recording thing? Yeah, rad.
Now?
Yeah.
On the spot.
It's
On the spot. We've got waves and shit going on. This is John. John's friend of the show.
Before,
Yeah, rad. And Jeremy.
Jonah.
That's right, yeah.
In the formally.
In the real life flesh.
Can't believe it.
Dude.
The performance tonight was pretty tremendous, man.
Thank you very much.
I mean, it was a stacked of shit card. There's so much crazy shit. But I mean, you're definitely one of the.
That's every bowler.
Yeah.
But you just have to try and do something different to try and stand out.
This year is the most eclectic roster.
Oh, yeah.
Picking people from everywhere,
Yeah.
different generations with Jody coming back. It's amazing.
Shima as well.
Shima, fucking
Dude,
Shima in person twice? Shima's 3 times now. Exactly. That's the crazy part for me.
He's a never-aging vampire. That motherfucker.
And the
Got
biggest
the
thing
painting in his
is
house
seeing
that's slowly getting older,
now
but not
knowing
him.
that he's going freelance on top of it is fucking
Yeah.
nuts.
I mean, Simo, Shingo, T-Hawk, all those dudes.
Had a great match tonight.
Yeah.
I still think my favorite match from tonight was Walter.
That was just a fight, man. It was just a fucking
that
fight.
shit.
Yeah.
I mean, that's my favorite kind of wrestling.
I knew you'd be like me. I mean, the main event was incredible, but
Yeah.
completely different.
Yeah, bringing it back to that Noah OG style, fuck.
Tremendous.
Tim Thatcher in his Undertaker 90s gear.
Oh. Good call. That's awesome. Yeah, he was rocking purple for those people who are the visual crowd.
That match was incredible.
Yeah, for
Dude,
sure.
so good. But
Well,
yeah.
appreciate you coming on the show again, of course.
Oh, no, of course.
Yeah, we love it, man.
Other people as well in there?
Yeah. I mean, we had a chat with Walter, we had a chat
Bandito.
with Ilya, Bandito, a lot of cool motherfuckers. Hey.
That'd be good.
Tremendous.
Yeah,
Everyone has to listen to it.
indeed.
Man, grown men watch this shit.
This shit, yeah.
I still do. Oh, yeah.
Jon Craft with a run in.
We gave Jon Craft the props.
Yeah. Shout out to John.
Yeah, just so everyone knows.
Yeah. All right, man.
Right,
Appreciate
guys.
it. See you tomorrow, brother.
Thanks so much, bro. I can't wait. Hey.
Thanks for your time.
All right, guys. We're going to shut this baby down. Jeremy has just walked away. So he's not going to be here, but I have my good friend Jon Craft here. We're going to shut this baby down for tonight. Awesome show. I mean, we're just crazy excited. We're just excited wrestling dickheads. And Jeremy's just come in right here. He's back. He's back for the close.
Slicked in like a cat.
I mean, final thoughts, guys?
I don't know if I'm ready for tomorrow, but hey, we're gonna do it. We're gonna be here. PWG. It's a like I said, it's a marathon. It's not a sprint. Pace yourselves.
Indeed.
I'm no longer an old codger. The Globe has won me over. It was an incredible night.
I appreciated the air conditioning. All right, so final thoughts, like match of the night, guys. It was fucking hard, but to me, I'm giving it to Shingo.
Shit, you're right. That was fucking tremendous. The emotion in the Shingo and Ilya match was off the charts. Probably close contenders, of course, Timothy and Walter.
Yeah. I was torn between the two. I'm going to go with Walter and Timothy due to the story that I'm aware of. But for two guys that I don't think have wrestled each other a lot, Ilya and Shingo really, really impressed.
Tore the house down.
So good. And I'm just quietly very excited that Trevor Lee is still alive. Our
Win us
boy.
some money, Trevor Lee.
We're counting it down towards the finals. This is the end of night 2, ladies and gentlemen. Live experience.
I hope Chris recorded this one.
I hope so too.
Good stories for you in the morning.
All right, thanks guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Peace.
All right.
As our weary bodies jump into night 3, we are quite wrecked. Also, a note on our audio recording equipment, we actually lost our mic covers at this point, so you may notice a slight drop in audio quality, but I thought I'd leave it in because, you know, fuck it.
Yeah, so we're actually recording, ladies and gentlemen, night 3.
Night 3.
The finals.
PWG.
Battle of Los Angeles, 2018.
Night 3, stage 3. So far tonight we've had, as far as the last round capped off, was an amazing Lucha Libre match featuring both Flamita and Bandito, tag team Mexi Blood.
Dude, that was
sounds like something at Taco Bell.
That was like the best actual pure lucha match I've seen in so long. That was fantastic. I mean, outside of that, all of the last matches in this night have been insane. Like,
honestly, Robbie Eagles and Sema.
Robbie Eagles and Shingo.
Oh, that's what I'm not Asian and racist. I apologize. I'm high and drunk. I apologize.
I think that was my favorite match of the whole weekend so far.
Shingo was, honestly, like the fact that he went basically freelance recently. I hope he gets booked in the WWE. It'll be amazing to see him show up in fucking NXT and then quickly make it to the main roster.
Anywhere he gets that more of a spotlight than where he's got right now, I think he's going to do insane things in Japan. He's like such a talented guy. It's been so exciting. John, favorite match so far?
Bandito Flamita, without a doubt.
Bandito Flamita, all the way?
Yep.
Yeah, I agree. I see that. But I mean, all right, second favorite match?
Sir.
Second favorite?
God, that just stands so far above the rest of me. I really enjoyed the Trevor Lee match.
Oh shit, I almost forgot how great that Trevor Lee match was. That was like the hottest opener I've ever seen in my life.
It's fantastic. Also, Joey Janela did very well as well.
Oh, Joey Janela and Sema.
I know my first is hard to pick a second.
Joey Janela continued his feud against the Japanese legends.
I love the fact they actually threw that.
Amazing. This is lit. We're really high. We can't wait till the second half. See you later, guys. We can't wait.
Swifty, baby.
Alright, so we're here at the end of 2018, Battle of Los Angeles.
Night 3 is over.
What? This has been an insane experience.
I attempted to pace myself, but I didn't, and I'm still alive right now, which is a fucking surprise. Thank you, Excalibur. I have a tattoo of his arm to, emulate how much I love the man. He's amazing.
We had a lovely little moment with Excalibur before. We had a lovely moment with Rick Knox. Another one with our friend of the show, Mr. Jonah Rock.
Yes.
Everyone's so delightful. It's been an amazing time.
I honestly, BOLA has been something I've been doing for the last couple of years. And as much as I hate to admit it, this might have been the best year yet. You compare every year before and love the memories, but how tremendous was the years, Chris? It's amazing.
I think this is even topped last year, and the biggest thing of all, our boy Jeff Cobb took the whole
Daddy
thing.
Jeff.
We were so happy. We were like schoolgirls.
Yes, indeed. I was, there's adulation, there's love, there's caring for an individual. But Jeff Cobb has been somebody I've designed shirts for, and I've followed his career so strongly. It's amazing to see this progression. Holy shit, Jeff motherfucking Cobb.
We love Jeff so much. It just what a whole complete round story finish to this thing. Like, everything. This was everything.
Sure, we talked about how much we wanted Trevor to win for storyline-wise, but sometimes it's not about the storyline. It's about the culmination of a career, and Jeff Cobb certainly deserves a BOLA win.
So perfect.
All right, man.
All right, we're going to shut this down for now. We'll do a little bit of a recap later. For now, let's say goodbye from night 3.
Get swifty, baby.
Get swifty.
All right. So following the craziness of the end of night 3, we dragged our drunken asses to some burgers. We tried our best for In-N-Out Burger to keep the In-N-Out Burger PWG BOLA tradition alive. It just wasn't meant to be. They were actually closed. Broke my heart. We did find some pretty good burgers otherwise. And then, we got back to the apartment. The more drinks were had, and we decided to get recording to capture the last little moment of our weekend, of our time together, of BOLA, of all of the special things. And we thought it would be quite appropriate to have the girls kick us off. So let's go straight to it.
Welcome to
a very underwhelming episode of Grown Men Watch This Shit with Courtney and Whitney, the esteemed other halves of the ever enthusiastic Chris and John. Jeremy's girlfriend was wise and didn't come. I am jealous of her, and I wish her well.
So what do you guys think? What was your favorite match, or maybe favorite competitor of the weekend?
My favorite was still the kitty cat.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Puma King.
Puma King.
Why did you move away from me?
So we did.
She's speaking to Chris. She's wondering why her man has
He did that.
found himself so far away from her.
He did
Don't
that.
worry,
doing-
I'll edit that out.
We were doing this really spontaneous thing where the girls were going to open the show and we were just going to lay up, but that's completely.
That's not life, is it? We like to involve everybody in
That's how things
conversations.
roll.
I don't wish to sit in a cage and be watched by men.
Nor do I, to be 100% honest with you.
Equality, not special treatment.
But
So it's been an amazing weekend. Chris and John both dragged their lady friends with them, as Miss Courtney is. Chris, quit fucking with the microphone.
as usual.
So, after the weekend was all said and done, somebody I hoped but did not believe won the tournament. Mr. Jeff Cobb, won Olympic athlete, which gives real credence to the tournament. What do you guys think about that?
I was so happy about it. I mean, while we still have the girls, I just wanted to get, the whole reason we want to have them on, because they got dragged, Courtney got dragged across the world to this show, straight from her roller derby game, where they had the local playoffs, to hopping on a flight, to coming over here to, not Reseda, downtown LA, I guess, for night 2 and night 3 of the 2018 Battle of Los Angeles. Courtney somewhat seems to enjoy some of the wrestling shows I drag her to. Like that, she says the live in-person things are much more better than watching it on TV.
Everything is more better live.
Yeah. So I mean, I was thinking that it'd be interesting to get the girls' kind of little feel on, what these last 2 nights were like. I mean, Courtney's probably somewhat dead from the international jet lag stuff, and I mean, I know John drags Whitney to a fair bit of this kind of stuff as well. So
She wasted yet another vacation day.
Yeah, and you guys are like the new vacation nation, right? You don't get many of them.
No, we don't.
That's correct.
We work
Really?
too hard in this country.
It's no good. It's no good.
So you said you liked Puma King. Any other takeaway thoughts or stuff that maybe we get way into because we're just big crazy wrestling marks, where you guys are on more of
What did
the.
the
cursory shit that connected with you, like peripheral shit, like anything, any particular guy besides who the team?
I heard we had lots of love for Rick Knox. I love that.
Who's that?
The referee.
The ref. Yeah, he was a nice man.
Alright, we
I liked the luchadors. I liked all the flippy
definitely.
stuff. That was my favorite part.
Honestly, that makes sense to me because Lucha Libre is such a eclectic thing. Like the lights, the fucking outfits, the big ass
you
characters.
Never know what's gonna happen
next. Yes.
I think Bandito catching Jeff Cobb was pretty cool. That was fun.
Oh, so he caught Jeff off the top rope and turned it into like what was it? The ride.
Jeff was doing that. It was Jeff's move. Jeff was doing that to him constantly throughout the match. One could say it's a setup for this later epic thing, but it was great. I was very impressed by that.
Yes, indeed.
And
It was a very small man giving a very big man a tour of the islands,
he's not a
and
very
it was.
small man. He's a sizable man, but he's less sized than Jeff.
He's a large man, just not compared.
Yeah,
to
that's right.
Jeff
Jeff's
Cobb.
just
Jeff is thick.
Yeah.
Big boy.
Yeah, and what else?
Yeah,
I like.
It was a very long show.
Oh yeah, my favorite match. I didn't think
Ooh, the
pre-rehearse
tag
or think of this at all. My favorite match was the Trevor Lee versus Jeff Cobb because it went for about 0.2 of a second, and that's my optimal length of time for a wrestling match.
I was shocked.
It was over as instantly as it started, and I couldn't be happier. But not so sarcastically. The big suplexy thing that he did was very impressive.
What even was that?
I don't know. He chucked him over his shoulder and put him on his back. It was amazing. I don't know. He like threw him up like a pizza.
Like a pizza. I mean, we had some nice chats, like a part of the PWG BOLA thing is like all the boys are on the apron and you do like the rounds and, you know, the guys were saying before.
And of course, John made some fabulous connections with some local fans by supplying them with confirmed ticket confirmations.
As a final little editor's note for the show, I wanted to make a note and explain for those of you playing at home that Jeremy here is referring to a bit of a ticket purchasing trading controversy of sorts that we actually decided we weren't going to mention on the show, but he did anyway because Jeremy is a jerk. Anyway, let's go to it.
Jeremy, did you have to do that?
We're not going to go down that road.
Fuck them! They want to embarrass on their podcast. They can suck our dicks.
You're a very bad man, Jerry Seinfeld. Very bad man.
Very bad man.
I support the things that my team is saying.
But we're not going to explain this, so this is going to sound really vague to everyone.
If you weren't there, don't try to find out. If you were there,
no worries.
probably.
Everything was squared away. Everything was squared.
Yeah, getting outside of the what do you call it? The undercover football or something? There's like a saying in America.
That is not American.
Undercover football.
Like
I'm sure he probably has something that he's actually trying to get to. I have no idea.
Yeah.
Inside football is what I was going for, but couldn't quite find in my inebriated state.
Hashtag undercover football. Tweet live about grown men watching this shit right now.
We don't want to get to undercover football now.
Yeah, no. That'll be our new thing. Undercover football and Bandito Jr.
But yeah, we had
I
some nice
support that.
chats. We had some nice chats to everybody. We had a lovely chat with Jonah. That was nice to end the night. We had some nice chats
Ilya
with
Dragunov.
Yeah, Ilya. Let's give shout outs to all the nice guys that we had talks to. You know?
Jeff Cobb was very pleasant.
And his head is fine. I asked him if his head was fine. He said he's fine.
Ilya or Jeff?
Ilya.
Okay.
He says he is a crazy tough man. I was like, no.
It was incredibly nice.
Yeah.
I hate to have a trump card here, but I actually had a short conversation with Bandito's father and brother.
Ooh.
That's nice.
Really nice to connect the dots and meet the rest of the family.
Yeah, Bandito had this really cool thing where, because he went to the finals, and he got, you know, some of the biggest wins of his career, but this older Mexican man was there with him, and I think a lot of us assumed is it his, you know, older brother or something.
It's his gardener cleaner.
Wow.
No, Hardy Boys thing, because Revy's dad was the gardener.
That is where I was going with that. We can edit this out if we need to.
Oh, I thought you said partner. I was like, okay.
Nope.
Why is everyone so
Nope, this is not a Mexican gardener joke. This is a Hardy Boys reference.
But no, it turned out Bandito did this really nice talk afterwards, and he said about how it's his dad, and it was like everyone almost was like, oh, it's so sweet, you know.
It warmed our cockles. The cockles
yeah,
of our hearts.
the cockles were warmed.
Oh, it was sweet when Jeff shouted out to his girlfriend. Or
Oh
wife,
yeah, that
or
was adorable.
partner, or whatever she
I'm gonna be
The
showing
ladies
up late,
loved
babe. I'm sorry, but I'm bringing the trophy home.
Yeah.
Jeff had a really
Yeah.
nice speech
I
post
just
show.
immediately thought about the luggage. Like, I hope he bought an extra bag.
How do
Like,
I
how's he?
check this? Do I
Yeah,
check
how's he
this?
gonna get that home?
It's a big trophy to get home.
I hope
You
he
know
has
what's
a
really
box.
funny about that? The last couple of years, the trophy has been destroyed post BOLA, and this year they walked away with a trophy intact.
Intact.
Oh, that's great.
I like it. It's a pretty
Like,
trophy.
Yeah, somebody would show up and like either beat the other guy up with it or just.
Oh,
kick
that's
it.
fun.
Some heel would break it to get cheap
Just a
heat
real
or
piece of
something.
shit, you know?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I want to say thank you to the ladies for joining us on the show.
I appreciate it. I mean, I thought it was good to finally get. Courtney gets her name mentioned on every episode of
She's
this.
damn near mentioned on every show.
I know. I don't know how I feel about it. And it's almost like fucking Where's Wally? I'm like, oh shit, haven't heard my fucking name yet. And then like it was funny. Last podcast I was like, because I think it was a bit shorter, but it's still too long. And I was like, oh, when is this fucking thing finishing? And you're like, and we better wrap up because Courtney's gonna say something soon. I literally had that thought in my head as it was said on the podcast. I was like, fucking wizardry,
Please,
man.
Finish it up, fellas.
Yeah, I was like, and do it, and and then I was like, 7 more fucking minutes? This isn't finishing it.
Yeah, and on the theme of trying to wrap it up, but then Chris delaying it a bit more, I wanted to make sure that we give a shout out. We saw our boy PCO.
Yes.
Courtney and I had a really nice little hello to him. Such a nice fella.
I stopped by to chat with him and thank him for being on the show as well. So, yeah, PCO having a great year.
He did
I don't know
really
if this is like the end of his run or if there's more to come from it, but what a fucking resurgence of a career. It's pretty amazing.
I think it's definitely still on the
He
up
did
and up
very well in
personally.
his match, actually. He was very entertaining.
Yeah, the
And
10-man
like all those
tag, too,
fucking
he didn't
flips
slap.
and like he's holding fucking 3 people up with his hands. And
Oh man, he gave a double.
Talk about the tombstone pile driver. Was it a tombstone and double choke?
So he first up had the tombstone set up. Then he grabbed the other dude for one choke slam, and then he grabbed the other dude with the other hand for the choke slam. So then he's basically tombstoning a guy with no hands, but he can do it because he's not human.
He's not human at all.
I almost wanted him to just clap the 2 guys together like 2 fucking erasers. That would have been like ultimate. But I mean, smashing them into the ground too was great. But
Yeah, it
you
worked
know,
out.
maybe he should work on an eraser trick for me. That would be nice.
So that was fantastic. I mean, everyone, the whole thing, the fans, you know, we got to catch up with everyone from like last year. Where, like we met last year, and then like all the dudes that we're seeing since then. It's just full circle. It was a great time.
God bless the globe, by the way. Like, and we always.
Should we update on that? Our opinions?
We're always saying how much we love the Legion Hall, but
That beautiful piece of shit.
the beautiful piece of shit that is the Legion Hall, but the globe is too beautiful. I mean, you can't deny it.
I mean, I was very sad that we didn't get to see Legion Larry.
We got to see Lorena though.
We did.
Probably 30 minutes earlier in the podcast, I sounded like a grandpa and didn't want to go to Reseda, and I still feel that way. That place is magical. But as we all said, the Globe has their own magic to make, and I think they're doing it. It's a beautiful place. There's great seating. There's
Air conditioning, so nice.
Yeah, air conditioning, and it's just really conducive. It gives everybody more space to move around and actually get to know each other as opposed to being cramped in your seat the whole time. So
Yeah.
it's really nice. I look forward to coming back if I can't have Reseda.
Yeah, I think. I mean, think there still needs to be the goodbye show to Reseda because so far they've had like the last shows at Reseda where it's like, is it maybe the last show? We don't know. Like that's not a way to say goodbye.
They need to create a show kind of like Adam Cole's going away party or like Keith Lee's Bask in the Glory and just name one after Legion.
I think that'd almost have too much to live up to though because I don't know. What are you gonna do on that show?
Well, you're gonna have the ring and the building fight people.
I just want to see Trevor finally get his main event going for the title in the last ever show in Reseda.
Be amazing.
That's all we want. Anyway,
Should we close this up, baby?
yeah, let's close this one up. I actually don't have the plugs in front of me that I normally do, but I still want to give shout out to Social Suplex. Check it out at socialsuplex.com. All of the great shows on there. We very much appreciate being part of it. Follow them on, what's their Twitter?
I think it's Social Suplex. Or
At Social Suplex? Pretty sure.
If it's not, follow our account. You'll see it linked. Pretty easy.
Yeah, it's in the things, the accompanying text. You'll be fine.
Indeed.
Also, us on Grown Men, at Grown Men Pod. Jeremy,
Yes, sir.
where are you?
I'm at Jaims Vanderbeek on the Twitter, JAMS Vanderbeek, as well as Instagram.
Isn't it Jaims?
I've been drinking these, so James, like Ames, but with a J. Yes. Thank you, Chris.
That's what I'm here for. John, where can we find you?
I'm at jcraft901. That's JCRAFT 901 on Twitter.
And what can people look forward to seeing on your Twitter feed, my friend?
Maybe I should start doing a lot more. Right now, retweeting these podcasts.
There you go.
Yay.
Yeah, we like
And girls, where can we find you on the interwebs?
Nowhere.
Camgirls.com.
I don't know what the internet is.
All right, that works.
All right. I think this has been wonderful. Let's say goodbye live in person from beautiful
You didn't say yours, you dope.
At Chris Things.
Instagram, baby.
Instagram and the Twitter.
Woo!
All right, guys.
All right, we're gonna shut this baby
Say goodbye,
down.
ladies.
Buenas noches.
Bye.
Say goodbye, John.
Thanks for listening. Bye, guys.
Christopher.
Farewell. We've had fun. It's been a crazy weekend.
Extended goodbye by Chris. Get swifty, everybody.
Well, a bird is a word, well, a bird, bird, bird. The bird's a word, well, a bird, bird,